Hey everybody, Rebecca here for another video. Honestly, it has been a minute since I filmed for my channel. It has been a really busy couple of weeks here at my house. I've had family functions. I have had overtime, both planned for ahead of time and then another last minute shift that got added that I took on. So I haven't really had a whole lot of time to film, but if I'm being completely honest, I also have been a little bit demotivated to make videos recently. And this is just YouTuber struggles, I guess, but when you're a small channel like mine and you upload consistently for years and you finally get monetized and you start to see a little bit of income come in from your little channel, and then YouTube gets squirrely on you. I had a couple videos recently that did really well and my viewership is up, my subscriber count has continued to kind of steadily grow, and yet my revenue for the past month is down. So thanks, YouTube. I never even knew if this channel would ever reach monetization, so I really can't complain, and I shouldn't complain. But still, when you see that happen, it is a little bit demotivating as a small channel like I am. But anyway, that is enough bitching. Let's get to the June budget review. I am filming this on July 7th, so I am already technically a week late. But if you're new to my channel, welcome. Since I began this channel, I have been sharing my budgets every single month. I am showing y'all all the money that I bring in and how I choose to spend, save, or invest it. My goal here is to reach financial independence and retire early. So without further ado, let's jump into my budget. All right, here we are. I use Google Sheets for my budget. You'll have to forgive the lighting. It's actually kind of rainy here today, so it's not the best, but we're just making do and getting this video done since it's already late. Looking at June 2021 here and starting at the top, I show my net income totals to you guys. I do have some income sources blocked out for privacy, but I do share my YouTube income with y'all. And actually, May was a pretty good month for this channel. I'm a small channel, but if I can keep $105 from my YouTube income, that's a pretty good month for me. And actually, speaking of the busy couple of weeks I've had, one cool thing that did happen on the very last day of June this month, I had another YouTube channel come to my house to film a video, and they did pay me for that, but I put that on the July budget since I've already finalized June for the month. And the cool thing about this channel is that they have almost 3 million subscribers. Yeah, it is a lot bigger channel than mine, and the even cooler thing about it is that the channel is from Russia, you guys. They came to my house to do a video about Starlink, the satellite internet that Elon Musk and SpaceX has. And if you've been following my channel for a little bit, then you know that I did a couple Starlink videos myself on this channel. But anyway, the day that I am filming this video, they put up their video that they filmed at my house, so I will link to it in the description box below if you're interested in seeing that. I just think that it's super cool, way more high production value than what you get on this channel. I thought they did a really great job, and it was just fun to have them out for the afternoon, even if I was a little bit intimidated by the size of their channel. So I'll leave the link to the video in the description box below. And just FYI, if you're watching this on a laptop or your computer at home, you can click on the closed captioning button in the bottom right hand corner of your video, and then you can change the settings to automatically translate it to English. So it will put English subtitles in the bottom of the video for you, because the video is in Russian and I do not speak Russian. And the English subtitles were pretty correct from what I can tell. You can get the general idea of what they're talking about, but I don't think it was 100% accurate, but still, I thought it was a really neat video. So I will link that in the description box for y'all to check out if you want to see. So my total income for the month of June, and this is not including that group that came to do the video at my house, but I had budgeted to bring in about $4,100 for the month, and I actually brought in a little bit extra, about $4,350 for June. Moving down into my bills and spending section of the budget, I know May was a little bit of a spendy month for me, and June was no different, y'all. I seriously have been struggling with the spending lately. I will say that I have started to clean it up for July. I'm doing a lot better now. I finally started to rein things in, but if y'all are budgeters like me, do you ever feel like some months you just run out of everything all at once. I felt like that happened with me this month. But anyway, starting at the top, my house payment was the usual $576. I budgeted $90 for my power bill because that's what it was in May, but it did go up a little bit. I guess it's been getting a little warm around here, and my Mitsubishi units have been kicking on more often than they did in May, so my bill went up to $105.62 for June. I budgeted $40 for my water bill like I do every month, and it came in at $31.96. My internet, Starlink, right on target at $99. Gas for my car, I budgeted $100, but I ended up spending $128.48. Gas has gone up a little bit around here, and I did do a little bit of extra driving this month. We'll get to that in a second. Groceries and household, y'all. This is one that I always struggle with. This category includes anything food-wise. My eating out, anything I get from the grocery store when I'm there shopping. So that can be anything that is household items, anything for Rollo, my dog, any personal care items, any alcohol, just anything that I pick up at the store while I'm out. So this category does tend to be a catch-all, and one of my regular viewers, Enya, she told me, why don't you just up your budget to $400 a month? And realistically, I think that is the right thing to do. So that is what I did for July, and that's what I'm going to do going forward because it is just more realistic for me. Again, this was one of those months where I felt like I ran out of everything at once. I ran out of coffee, which I buy 5 pounds at a time. I ran out of whey protein, also buy it 5 pounds at a time. I ran out of dog food for Rollo, and I buy that 50 pounds at a time. And just those 3 items right there make up about $100. So yeah, I think upping the budget to $400 a month is a little more realistic. And if I have an easy month where I come under, great. But most likely I'm going to be about $400 or over for the month. And for June, I did go over a little bit. I was at $428.29. Next in the budget is my lawn care budget, and I have almost 5 acres here, so it is a lot of grass. And I have a guy that comes out and he will cut everything for me for $100, which I think is a great price. And he does my weed eating around the house too. I think $100 every trip for him is fair. I budgeted $200 for June, but I ended up using him an extra time, so I paid $300 for lawn care in June. Next after that is car insurance. This is a semi-annual expense for me, $290.02. I pay this every 6 months. That was right on target. Next, Amazon. I did not budget for this Amazon expense ahead of time. Honestly, I can't even remember exactly what all I bought off of Amazon in June at this point, but I will insert a screenshot of me scrolling through some of the purchases. I believe most of this $469.21 was a huge vitamin order for myself, which I have to take a lot of vitamins every day due to a weight loss surgery that I had years ago. And every once in a while, when my vitamin supply starts getting low, when I go to refill things, I have to order a bunch of stuff, and I get most of that off of Amazon. Next, this Lucky brand. Back in May, I went to Marshall's and did a little bit of shopping there, and I bought just some new underwear and some new bras that I thought were the most comfortable that I have ever had before, and I decided it was just time to completely replace my underwear drawer and get some new comfy underwear and bras that were good quality. It was this Lucky brand that I found at Marshall's that I really liked, so I ended up going to the Lucky website and spent $80.89 getting new undies in June. Next couple things here, this Wardruna merch and Wardruna ticket. This is a band that I have recently found and I really enjoy, and they're out of Norway. I'll link to one of their videos down in the description box below too if you guys are curious about them. Never heard of them. Likely you've never heard of them. But I really enjoy them. It's totally my jam, and I found out that they were coming to Charlotte in September, so I was like, oh my god, here's a chance for me to actually get out of the house and go do something, and I decided to buy a ticket to the show for September and spent $53.17 on the ticket. And I also went to their website and bought a little merch from them too, just to support the group. I got some leggings, and what else did I buy? I bought like a little keychain thing too. So I ended up spending $65.69 on some merch from them. Lo and behold, I find out like the next week that the show in Charlotte got canceled. So at some point in July here, this $53.17 should be refunded to my credit card. Oh well. I'm sad that I won't get to go, but hopefully I'll catch them the next time around if they'll come to Charlotte. So next after that is Etsy. I saw a thing I wanted on Etsy and I bought it. This little necklace thing here. It is a rune and I like it. So I saw it on Etsy, I wanted it, spent $25.58 and bought it. After that, gym, that is $23.06 every month. That came in right on target. After that, Lowe's. This was mostly unnecessary spending. I did buy some new houseplants at Lowe's, and did I need new houseplants? No, not particularly, but I really do enjoy them, and I think it makes the space more inviting and just peaceful. I like houseplants if I can keep them alive. So some of this was houseplants that I bought, but a good chunk of this was also a leaf blower. I have been needing a leaf blower for a long time, and I finally just bit the bullet and got one in June. So I spent $152.82 at Lowe's. Next, Emerald Village. This is the extra driving that I did this month, you guys. I decided to take a trip up to near where my hometown is and do a little bit of gem mining. If you are not familiar, North Carolina has a lot of gemstones here natively. There's a lot of gem mining up in the mountains around here. And I decided to just take a day and go up to Emerald Village and do some gem mining like I used to do when I was a little girl. And I didn't find anything that was super spectacular. I did opt for the native buckets that were from the area that I am from originally, and in those buckets, it's a little more rare to find gemstones or emeralds, but if you happen to go to this place as a tourist, they do have like tourist buckets that are kind of salted with some gems that come from around the world, so that way whenever you do take your kids to this place, they're always going to find something pretty in their bucket, right? But me and my native bucket, all I found was mostly feldspar, mica, and quartz, and I think some moonstone too. But yeah, I had a good time doing that. I just took the day to go up there and I did my gem mining. I went and had sushi afterwards, and that was only $41.11. Oh, that also reminds me that that was one of the things that I bought on Amazon this month too. I actually did spend about $30-40 and got me a little rock tumbler so that all of these things that I kept from my gem mining trip, I can actually put in my rock tumbler and polish them, and it was a cool little purchase. And it will take weeks for these rocks to be fully polished and ready, but I think it's going pretty well and it's kind of fun to do. So I don't know, I'm glad I spent a little bit of extra money just to get out of the house and do something in June. Next after that is Family Tree DNA. So years ago I did an Ancestry DNA thing, and I saw an advertisement for this Family Tree DNA, and apparently their thing is they will go back a little bit farther than what Ancestry DNA looks at, and they will also compare your DNA with ancient DNA that has been found in like Western Europe. All of these archaeological dig sites, they will compare your DNA with the DNA that is found from these ancient dig sites, which I thought was pretty cool. So, and it was super cheap for me to send them my raw DNA data since I had already done the Ancestry DNA, and have them just look a little bit farther back than what Ancestry DNA did. So I spent the $19 to send them my DNA ancestry info, and it was pretty neat. My Ancestry DNA results were Scottish, and then there was a lot English area, and then I had 8% that was Welsh and nothing else, like super white. That was all I got for my Ancestry DNA results, but I did get a few more things pop up when I did this Family Tree DNA because they go a little bit farther back, and they found 5% Scandinavian and 6% Basque, which I thought was pretty cool. I wasn't even aware of what group that is, but apparently that is a small group of people that lived in the mountains in the area between Spain and France. So I thought that was really interesting. I had never heard of the Basque people before, but it makes me want to learn more about them. So I thought spending $19 to look a little bit farther back and have my DNA compared with all of this ancient DNA that's been found in Western Europe, I thought that was pretty cool. And lastly, for my spending in June, greenhouse. This kind of goes along with the Lowe's spending. This day I went to Lowe's, bought a bunch of houseplants, and I also went to a local greenhouse around here and bought some more houseplants from them as well. I spent $35.71 at the local greenhouse for some houseplants. So yeah, grand total down here, y'all. You can see I had planned on spending about $1,770 for the month. I actually spent $2,925.61. Honestly, guys, this was just one of those months where mentally I was kind of like, I've blown the budget anyway, so fuck it, I'm just gonna buy what I want. And I know that that is not a mentality that will make you a successful budgeter, but I think that every once in a while we all have those months, and this was definitely one of those months. So how did that affect the rest of the budget? Because I only have so much money coming in, right? So something had to get sacrificed. Moving down into my debt section, I only have 2 debts left. I have my student loans, and those payments automatically get taken out of my checking every month. That was going to be $474.62. It came out right on target. I had planned on paying $1,000 towards my car. This is my current financial goal, is to get my car paid off early, but I was only able to pay $900 towards the car payment, so I fell a little bit short of my goal there. Again, I spent too much damn money, so that's what happens. In total, for my debt, I had planned on sending almost $1,500, but I came in under, and I only spent about $1,400 towards debt. Let's check and see where my debts currently stand. All right, this is looking at the July budget. So this is how the June payments panned out on the debts that I currently have. So my current balance for my student loans is now at $16,569.90. My interest rate is variable when I refinanced with Earnest, but I absolutely love them. I have had 0 issues with them, and my interest rate has done nothing but go down since I refinanced. So it is now at 1.98%. I don't expect that it's going to go up anytime soon. So of the payment that I made in June, the vast majority went towards the principal balance owed. My car is currently sitting at $12,737.65 that I owe. This interest rate right here is the reason why I'm trying to pay this off a little more aggressively. It's at 4.99% fixed. And of the $900 that I sent towards the car payment, $842.45 of that went towards the principal. So that's good. Lost $57.55 to interest. But I did reach a small milestone here with my debt. I am under $30,000 worth of debt left, you guys. That is wonderful. I am going to have to really savor every milestone, because when I'm aggressively paying off debt, that means I'm not sending as much as I would like towards my investments, but it is what it is. I'm just going to try to get my car paid off as quick as I can here, and then I can get back to investing aggressively, which is what I really like to do, because then my money is working for me instead of paying for past things that I have bought. And lastly, just my house here. It is currently sitting at just over $97,000 that I owe. So my grand total debt is about $126,000. And year-to-date totals here, just for curiosity's sake, since we are 6 months into 2021, I have paid off $7,173.87 worth of debt. I have lost $534.60 to interest for the year so far. Grand total to debt is about $7,700 for the year. So not too bad, considering that the vast majority of this was just minimum payments that I had been making. Switching back to the June budget, let's take a look at my investing. All right, here is the investing section. This is my favorite section of the budget, but it is definitely looking a little bit more bare than what I had planned for the month of June. Y'all can see I have a Roth IRA and a regular taxable account with M1 Finance. Referral link to them is in the description box below. I love M1. Great user interface, simple to use, perfect for a passive investor. But I did not plan on sending any money to either of those accounts this month. I have already maxed out my Roth IRA for 2021, so that is done. And what I had planned on doing was sending a little bit of money to my taxable brokerage account with Fidelity. I wanted to send $600 in June, but because I spent too much money, I did not send anything to Fidelity in June. That is what happens when you choose to overspend and not prioritize your financial goals. So again, none of us are getting out of this FIRE journey perfectly, but this is not a pattern that I want to start repeating over and over. So my goal for July is to just get my act together, basically. And quit spending so much money. My retirement account from my employer, my 403B, I thought that I would send about $350 there, but my contributions were $416.77. My employer matched $238.16, so thought that I would spend about $1,150 for the month towards investing, but I only sent $654.93 towards my investment accounts, and $240 of that was from my employer, so this really was an abysmal month for me as far as investing goes. But again, I am trying to prioritize debt payments right now, and I am not a person who includes my debt payments in my savings rate. So taking a look at my savings rate over here for the month, it was only 13%. Maybe if I included my debt payments in there, the principal paid off, then it would go up, but I just don't like to do that. I just look at purely the money that is going into my investing accounts, and that is how I calculate savings rate. So 13% for the month. And am I financially independent yet? I am 10.92% of the way there as of the end of June, and I don't know if y'all noticed, but even with an abysmal investing month, the markets had an okay month in June. My accounts continued to go up, and I have hit another milestone here on the FIRE journey. This column E here is where I track all of the balances in my different investing accounts, so y'all can see the total down here. I am now over $130,000. So I have reached another $10,000 milestone on my FIRE journey. The total for all of my accounts is now at $131,064.18. Well, this is what it was as of the end of June. So I did reach another $10,000 milestone. I am happy about that. My grand totals for the entire month here, I have about $50 left over that I rolled over into July. So with me reaching this new milestone, you know what we got to do. We have to color in another section on my FIRE tracking chart. Let's do that now. If you haven't seen it before, here it is. This is my FIRE tracking color chart. Every section in this chart is worth $10,000. And when I printed out this chart for myself, I was at about $70,000, and that was July of 20. So this time that I'm filming this video, this time last year, I was at $70,000. You guys, this just goes to show the power of investing while paying off debt. I am one who argues that you need to do both, especially if the interest rate on your debts is low, and this is why. I am now at $130,000 for my portfolio value. Y'all just saw that. All right, we've colored in the next section, and I actually crossed this 130,000 on June 25th. So let's write in the date. All right, there we have it. Y'all can see I've been making some serious progress here to go from 70,000 this time last year to 130,000. And this is mostly with passive investing, you guys. If you've been following my channel, then you know I only recently started getting into a little bit more active stuff with options. This is all just like index fund, ETF investing in my Roth IRA, throwing a little bit of money at dividend plays, but that is it, you guys. This stuff works. So there we have it, guys. This stuff works. Even though I had a crappy month as far as spending goes, and I did not invest as much as I would have liked to for the month of June, my investing that I have done already up to this point is continuing to work for me in the background. My accounts are continuing to go up. I crossed $130,000 in June, even though I felt like I was kind of having a budget fail type of month. So this is why I do this YouTube channel, you guys. I wanted to hold myself accountable on this FIRE journey, but I also wanted to prove that it is possible for someone to reach financial independence and retire early on a middle class income, a single income now. Yes, I was married when I first started this channel, but we kept our finances separate. So this FIRE thing is something that I have always been working on by myself. And now everything truly is by myself because I'm paying all of the bills. I am buying everything that this household needs and making this work on a single income, you guys. So yeah, I know this video was super long, but I had a lot to discuss and I knew I had done a lot of spending for the month, so I knew it was going to be a long one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this type of content, then don't forget to subscribe down below. Next month, I will let you know how much those Russian YouTubers paid me to come and film their video at my house. Again, I will have that video linked in the description box below if you want to check that out. Appreciate you guys as always for watching and liking and commenting, doing all the things that you do to help this little channel grow. And until the next video, keep investing, people.